Imagine you're sitting in a spacecraft. The engines shut off. The stars outside begin to bend around something you can't see. And then you realize you're already inside it. What happens next is something no human has ever witnessed, something no signal has ever escaped, something physics can describe in equations, but no one alive can prove. Because anyone who has fallen into a black hole has never come back to tell us. But the math knows, and the math is terrifying. Stay with me, because by the end of this video, you'll experience second by second what would actually happen to your body, your mind, and your perception of reality if you fell into a black hole. And I promise you, the ending is not what you think. Let's begin the descent. You're in a stellar mass black hole, 10 times the mass of our sun. You're approaching it at high speed. From a distance, it looks like a perfect black sphere surrounded by a glowing ring of plasma, the accretion disk, where matter is being torn apart and heated to millions of degrees before falling in. The first thing you notice is the silence. Not the silence of space, which you're already used to. A different kind, heavier, the kind of silence that exists when light itself starts to behave strangely. As you get closer, the stars behind the black hole begin to bend. They smear into rings around the void. You can see the same star multiple times in multiple positions because the gravity is so intense, it's literally bending the light from behind the black hole around to your eyes. This is called gravitational lensing, and it means you can see things behind objects. A view no human eye was ever designed to process. Now you're at the photon sphere, 1.5 times the radius of the event horizon. If you turned your head to the side, you would see the back of your own head. Because at this distance, light orbits the black hole. Photons that left your face seconds ago have traveled all the way around and come back. You are looking at yourself from behind in real time, but you can't stop. The gravity is too strong. You keep falling. You cross the event horizon. And here's the strange part. You don't feel anything. No barrier, no flash, no sound, just space. The event horizon is invisible from the inside. You only know you've crossed it because looking back, you can no longer see the universe behind you. The stars are gone. The galaxies are gone. The light from the entire cosmos has been cut off. You are now in a region of space-time that is causally disconnected from the rest of reality. You are still alive, but the universe outside has, in a very real sense, stopped existing for you. Now the geometry of space starts to do something impossible. Inside the event horizon, space and time switch places. What used to be the future, falling forward in time, is now a direction in space. And the singularity at the center, it's not a place you can avoid. It's a moment in time you cannot escape, like trying to avoid tomorrow. Every direction you move, every choice you make leads to the singularity. It is literally your future. Then the tidal forces begin. The gravity at your feet is now thousands of times stronger than the gravity at your head. Your body starts to stretch, slowly, then violently. Your legs accelerate faster than your torso faster than your shoulders faster than your head. Your bones snap, your atoms separate. You are pulled into a stream of particles, a human-shaped wire of matter accelerating toward the center. This is spaghettification, and in a stellar mass black hole, it would happen in about 1/10 of a second. But here's what most people don't know. In a supermassive black hole, the kind at the center of galaxies, the math is different. Because supermassive black holes are so large, the tidal forces at the event horizon are actually weak. You could cross into one without even feeling it. Your body would remain intact. You could float there, conscious, aware. for minutes, maybe hours. And during that time, you would experience something no living being has ever described. You would watch the universe end. Because of how gravity warps time, the closer you get to the singularity, the slower your time passes compared to the outside universe. If you looked back toward where you came from, you would see the entire history of the cosmos unfold and fast forward. Stars being born, stars dying, galaxies colliding, civilizations rising and falling, the universe expanding, stretching, cooling into eternal darkness. Everything you ever knew, everyone you ever loved, every star you ever saw, all of it would die in what feels to you like a few minutes. You are the last witness of the universe, the final observer, trapped in a place where time has folded inward. But the science gets stranger. Some physicists have theorized that as you approach the singularity, the laws of physics themselves break down so completely that the very concept of you stops making sense. Your consciousness, your memories, your sense of self, they require time to exist. They require cause and effect. But near the singularity, time loses meaning. Cause and effect collapse. Information stops flowing. You may not die in any normal sense. You may simply stop being a coherent person, becoming instead a fixed pattern, a frozen frame of consciousness, eternal but no longer thinking, existing but no longer alive. And then there's the most disturbing theory of all. If the black hole is rotating, and most of them are, the singularity at the center isn't a point, it's a ring. And according to Einstein's equations, passing through that ring shouldn't destroy you. It should send you somewhere else. A different region of space-time, a different universe, a different time. No one knows where, because the math allows for solutions we cannot test. Solutions that suggest a rotating black hole might not be a tomb. It might be a doorway. Imagine that. You fall into a black hole expecting death. Your body holds together. Time slows. The universe ends behind you. And then you pass through the ring. And on the other side, you wake up in a sky that isn't yours, around stars that have never been mapped, in a universe that may not even follow the same physical laws. That's the real reason this question matters. Not because falling into a black hole is the worst death imaginable, but because it might not be a death at all. It might be the most extreme journey any conscious being could take. A one-way ticket to somewhere the rest of the universe will never see. The truth is, we don't know what's inside a black hole. We never will, because the answer is locked behind a wall of physics that information cannot cross. Whatever happens to a person who falls in happens forever in a region of space-time that has been amputated from the rest of reality. Their fate is a secret the universe keeps, a story that will never be told. The next time you look up at the stars, remember this. Somewhere out there in the dark, there are doors. Some lead to the end of everything. Some lead somewhere we cannot imagine. But all of them lead one way. And once you walk through, you don't come back. Follow Space Pulse, because the most terrifying questions in the universe don't have answers. They have witnesses who can never speak,